How you doing, everybody, and welcome to Dicey Decisions, where we roll dice, spin stories, and play some Dungeons and Dragons. Hello, everyone.
Nerd.
Hello, everyone. I am playing Donkey Kong Country.
Hello, everyone.
That's what we do here. We definitely pay all of our attention to the game, because we're that focused.
All of our attention to Donkey Kong Country.
Yes. No big announcements this week. We're starting to come back from just schedules not really being able to work out. Hopefully we'll be able to keep on this, but we will let you all know as things progress. I would like to do a big shout out to whoever listened to our entire podcast, all 7 episodes in one whole day.
Aww.
Whoever you are.
Bitch, baby.
Whoever you are. You're a bitch baby.
Not me. No, you're not a bitch baby. I'm sorry. I was yelling at the crab guy.
Correction, you
not
are
crab.
a bitch baby.
Gator guy. You know.
You are a bitch baby, but you're our bitch baby.
You're not a bitch baby.
Bitch baby.
Is that what we're gonna call our fans? Bitch babies?
Bitch
No, they're
baby?
dicey
No,
dickheads.
that's what I call my cat.
Dicey dickheads. Forgot about that. All right. Well, everyone, it looks like things are about to get dicey.
Yeah, you dickheads. Midgets.
So,
Not
fuck.
sure what I was going for there.
You broke me there.
Carly or me?
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
So, last we left our adventure, you 3 travelers, Helga, Soot, and Kat, were all investigating a series of disappearances in the city and outskirts of Dagdaral, capital city of the Dagdurian Empire. You eventually uncovered a humanoid trafficking front in a section of the docks owned by a very influential family in the city, known as House Zamigia. After killing the admittedly strangely reptilian guards, saving the lives of a family of missing tieflings, you escorted them to the Dragon's Flagon and returned to investigate the place, finding it was also a storage facility for rare and expensive items. As you went to collect the bodies, however, you found that one of them, the one that Katrina had interrogated and Theodric had supposedly cut down, was missing.
Dun, dun.
With no more preamble, adventurers, as you stand here in the cold rain, the darkness of the night around you, the smell of fresh blood not quite washed away.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I was trying to remember, and I didn't write it down in my inventory because I am a tool. What did I end up taking? I know I took a pretty cloak.
You took a pretty cloak.
The cloak was a cloak of not invisibility, right? It was a cloak of something or other.
It was a... You don't know, first of all.
Cloak of question mark?
Cloak of question mark. It is a cloak. Let me pull it up here. I've got all your stuff written down, because I actually have notes now. So you have a cloak that is in autumn colors, with a shimmery leaf pattern.
how appropriately seasonal. Seasonally appropriate.
Yes, very seasonally appropriate. Are you currently wearing it, Katrina?
Yeah, I would have put it on to protect from the rain.
If
Okay.
you want. Now you've exploded.
Okay, well, you still know Elvish.
Oh, is it a cloak of elven speak?
Not particularly. You don't know. You don't feel any different.
I see. Don't
You
we
don't feel-
all speak Elvish?
Not Soot.
Not Soot. Oh, you put that in there for the baby.
I would like to point out though that are you making a point to like is your mind currently on the act of is any part of your mind occupied by like, not wanting to be seen out here right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Then Helga, you and Soot both notice that. Did Theodric come with you?
Yes.
He did. He did come with you. Yeah, so the three of you notice that Katrina's cloak, from the shoulders down, as the rain hits it, kind of almost in these raindrop patterns, slowly turns this dusky dark blue to match the night air around you.
Okay.
You also grabbed a javelin, which appears to be crafted from coral. The pointy bits are crafted from coral. However, the haft seems to be covered in fish scales.
That one was mine.
I don't
that
know who
Helga?
grabbed the javelin. I think Helga grabbed the javelin because
My pointy.
she has a pointy. You also grabbed, kind of just threw it in the bag. You grabbed chainmail, a set of chainmail that appeared to be made of. It was extremely light.
Clinky clink.
It was some clinky clink.
Who grabbed that? Me or Helga? I couldn't
I believe
remember.
Helga grabbed that
Some kinky
and shoved
clink.
it in the thing. And some
Wait,
boots.
why would I wear that?
Because it takes a minute to get into chainmail. It's not just a shirt you shove over your head like in Lord of the Rings.
No,
It's
I
like
said,
the
why
whole.
would I have? I said,
the whole
why
thing.
would I have that?
Because I remember whoever grabbed it said they shoved it in the bag, and I just assumed it was you because you have the bag.
I have a bag. Yeah, okay. I'm probably not
for
going to wear it,
safekeeping.
but someone else can have it. Yeah.
You can compare items when you get back. And the last item that you grabbed was some boots. And they were also
made for walking.
they are made for walking specifically.
That's
And they're in
what
spring
we
colors.
Enjoy that ASMR there.
Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
White wine being poured into a glass for the third time in half an hour.
I thought you were talking about my cat rhythmically pounding on my door.
No.
You also picked up
You guys hear that?
some money off of the bodies, but that was about it.
Money, money, money.
How much money was it? Because I don't think I wrote it down.
It
Can
was
we
like
buy
23
bolts now?
copper.
Can we buy bolts now?
I don't think 23 copper is quite enough for a boat.
Ugh.
I'll hold on to the money. I'm just gonna, since I already have so much freaking copper anyway.
Oh wait, I just remembered. Soot isn't with you. Soot's back at the place recovering.
Soot baby.
So yeah,
23?
it's just the three of you. Yeah, just 23 copper. It's you and Soot. It's you two and
Theater.
Theodric. kind of standing there, getting more and more soaked.
Crumpet. No, Crumpet went with Soot.
No, Crumpet is still under your furs, kind of behind your neck, sort of, just kind of buried in those
Oh, you
furs.
motherfucker!
Crumpet deserves a nap.
Yeah, he does that.
Oh, Pete.
Does he want to be let in?
Is that
Nope.
Pete or is that
Nope, that's Egg. Egg's crying.
Oh,
Ah?
Egg can suck it.
Be nice. She's a baby.
Squidward can suck eggs.
Squidward smells nice.
So what are you doing?
What are we doing?
We're heading back, aren't we?
Isn't it?
Sure, you can head back through the rain.
Is there anything else that we think we need to check out while we're here? I say to Theodric and Helga.
No. No.
I think
Helga-
we've done all we can here.
Helga's beat.
Yeah, you all kind of...
Helga is beat.
I like beats. Let's go.
Weirdo.
Yeah, let's get out of here. So,
Fast travel.
what are we planning to... as you all are walking, I assume, Theodric does turn to the two of you. So, what exactly happened in there?
So we were talking to the guards, or we were scoping around, and I decided that we would just try and talk to the guards and see, scope things out, see how friendly they were. They weren't friendly,
That's
and
all.
they immediately tried to do something to my mind, which I very much did not like. Thank you very much. And so we fought them and talked to some of them, and the rest of them Helga and Soot chased. And by the time I got back, they were unconscious, and that was not fun.
No, it was not.
And then the cat killed a lot of snakes, which I was very happy about because I don't really care for snakes.
Good job, Crumpet.
Good job, Crumpet. And then you showed up.
Aww. I love my cat.
Yeah, I think Crumpet has earned good boy status.
He is a large boy.
Yes, he's a very good cat. You are
by the
all
way-
very lucky that you got out of there alive. I hope you
Yes.
understand that.
Oh, entirely aware. We're very lucky that you showed up, Theodric. I don't think I could have taken them all on my own.
From what I saw, I'm actually not quite so sure that I was needed. Actually.
Oh, you were very helpful.
No, I believe help was needed. At least from my perspective.
Ah, tits. I hate the water level.
You just got out of the water level.
No, I'm in the water level.
I did not know there was a water level.
Anyway.
I'm funny.
That was supposed to be a prompt.
What prompt? Anyway,
Okay, so you all kind of trail off into silence, I suppose, and
as we walk back.
yep. So you head back to the Dragon's Flagon. You finally get into a warm interior. You let me see if I can get
Hey guys, my horse is in a stable somewhere at the other place. Should we go and grab him, or are we going to head back later, or?
Well, it is currently, from what you can tell based on how heavy your eyes feel, it's about pushing 2 in the morning. so it's not likely that there will be anyone there to let you take your horse out.
All right, I guess we'll have to go get Adric in the morning.
Grand theft.
Adric.
So,
Grand Theft.
what are your as you all sit down in this? You're actually sitting out in the in a kind of a further back corner of the actual tavern. Soot has come out of the bedroom to kind of let the family have their privacy. Kavacha has been watching them this whole time, and
How are they looking, Kavacha?
they need some rest, but they should be fine physically. As far as where they go from here, I'm not quite too sure. They were pretty much dead to rights when you found them, from what your little friend tells me here, and like rubs Soot on the head.
No.
Surprisingly chatty.
He says a lot.
Soot is a good boy.
Soot is a good boy. Soot and Helga needs to maybe not go blasting off after things when I'm not there. We got very lucky.
Yes, I will keep that in mind. Is there a tub which I can soak my feet?
We don't really have rooms in here, but I think I have kind of an older pot. I could probably throw some hot water in if you could just wait a few minutes.
But that would be divine.
All right. Tell you what, you all look so tired. How about you just sit over there? Kind of points off to a removed corner, definitely a lot more private. I mean, there's nobody in here, but it's just in case somebody does. You have kind of your own space. I'll get you some food as well.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kavacha. You've been so good to us. Oh, anything for you, sweetheart.
Oh.
You swear you see him blush.
Aww.
Whether it's out of embarrassment or something else, you don't know.
Oh.
So you all kind of sit down, the four of you, and Theodric kind of looks a little restless. He's kind of bouncing his knee. So
I feel that.
what's your plan?
Good question.
I think we need to go to the Shield Master about what we saw and see if, they know about it or care or any of the above.
I'm worried about the one that got away, so to speak.
Yeah, me too. And Cat kind of looks like
Literally.
little bit guilty.
He's literally one that got away. Yes.
Yes. Yes. No, if this goes as far up as, from what you all tell me, seems to go all the way to the top of the council, I'm a little worried about what may happen if we try to go public with this.
Yeah. I was thinking about the same thing.
I would want to... I'm a little torn. I want to go and bother the Shield Master at home, but
I wouldn't even call it bothering. I would call it informing of the job that we were sent to do.
Nothing could be done until first light anyway. But I think the sooner that she finds out about this, the better, and he starts standing up. He grabs his still soaked cloak and tosses it back on. You all need to rest up. You seem beat to shit, frankly. But
I'm feeling pretty okay, actually.
I think you all should. This is my job, and I feel somewhat responsible for the rest of you getting hurt, leaving you alone. So.
Oh, no, nonsense. We ran into quite a how you say?
Shitstorm?
Yeah.
As if poetic justice, I'll say some thunder crashes outside a little bit.
Shitstorm!
Look, the rest of you, rest up and meet me at the garrison. First light. All right.
Absolutely. Theodric, thank you again.
I just hope that when this all blows over, we can all have that drink.
So too.
He takes a deep breath, kind of steels himself, and just pushes out into the rain. Door closes behind him with a solid thud, and the three of you are alone for the moment. Soot kind of turns and looks at the two of you, expectantly kind of crosses his arms, kind of puffs his cheeks out, even more so than usual. Seems a little...
What is it? What is it, Soot?
Peter.
Soot looks at the two of you, kind of like makes this wild hand gesture and says in Helga's voice, "What is deal?"
What is deal? Deal about what? The mission?
Soot kind of imitates the sound of clanging metal and the sound of the hissing of the snakes and the yowling of the cat. Just kind of like playing piecemeal stuff that he heard in the battle beforehand.
Sound bites.
Yeah. He seems to be, for the sake of brevity, he does a charades-esque way of conveying, like, you know, basically, what the fuck is your guys' problem?
I mean, we were trying to get work and help the society, and look, I really need to be able to talk to these people. I really need to be able to show that we're worth our snuff.
I am just alone for this. There is something not good happening, and I want to help fix it. You know?
I wish that my motives were as pure. I mean, I want to help out. I do, but there's a lot more at stake here.
Soot kind of thinks for a moment, choosing his words, and actually speaks in Oran's voice, and it's very odd. Oran's voice coming out of him sounds very distant, as if Soot overheard this from a ways away. And he basically says, kind of broken up, "Known him for a day."
Yeah, yes, we have known you for about a day, haven't we?
I'm
yet
sorry
we
that
already feel so close to our little friend.
sorry that you got pulled into garbage. We kind of attract danger.
It is part of being adventuring party.
It's part of being desperate.
So again thinks for a moment and kind of makes a kind of like a falling gesture with his hands and says in Katrina's voice, "Star."
Oh, the fallen star. Yeah, that is the main quest, as they say.
Yes, the sign.
Yeah, that's why we all got together.
And that is what you are after too, no?
Da.
Yes. Originally we teamed up with Oren and Gerg to go and find the star.
Helga, you've been with them longer than I have, though, haven't you?
Oh,
Quite
yeah.
a bit longer.
Yes. The first few companions I had, they were pretty. Well, one was pretty shifty. The other, the adventuring life was too much for him to handle. Um,
I mean, I don't think I would necessarily blame him.
yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of death, but
Lots of death.
before I really even left home, there was also a lot of death.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would want to elaborate on? Or not right now?
Um, you want to know about the wars between the tribes?
I'd like to know what brought you here to where you are now, where you're so eagerly chasing after, well, the things that we're chasing after.
Alright, I think I've got, I think it's water here. Am I interrupting something?
No, you're fine, dear.
Thank you
Alright.
for the water. And Helga kicks her boots off and starts soaking her feet.
Yeah, Kavachi puts down a thing, also pulls out a tray of what looks like some thinly sliced, just like some cured meats, basically, just like stuff you would have, like, looks like
Delicious.
leftovers, basically, just some meats and cheeses. It's a finger food plate, more or less.
Yum yum yum, yum, yum.
There's also some, looks like, not so fresh. It's definitely been cooked, and has cooled off since. It may have been. It's edamame. It's leftover edamame from the evening.
Yes, feed that soy allergy.
Helga cautiously tries some of the edamame and then decides she likes it and starts eating it up. And of course the meats. The meats are also good.
Yep.
Cat
It's ham.
immediately starts eating all of the cheese,
Oh my god.
and it becomes apparent within like 10 minutes that she is definitely lactose intolerant.
Oh
And
no.
she farts for the rest of the night.
It's okay, more warmth.
Oh.
So yeah,
Kavachi leaves you all to your business.
your toots.
I mean, Helga, you don't talk very much about your past or your feelings or anything like that.
No one really asked.
Well, I'm asking now.
Yeah, so, let Frostburn because you see there was war between the tribes and, my tribe was obliterated completely except for myself.
That's
And, yeah. We had some adventuring parties that left out a few generations ago. And so I'm hoping to find and sort of reconnect. with some
reconnect, and she does the two fingers in a circle, one finger, and then does the penis thing.
This is a strange gesture. Does this mean what it means?
You trying to repopulate?
That is a goal, yes.
I am becoming more and more cocky with every glass of wine. I apologize.
Oh my god. Pat cocky.
No, cockney.
Cockney.
My accent has been going from posh to less posh.
That's the thing that's actually happening with Katrina.
Yeah, that will be happening as she's drinking.
Cute. That's okay. Helga's getting less Russian and more, I don't even know.
Vague accentian.
Yeah.
Keep missing the same shot. Stupid freaking barrel cannon can suck my nuts.
Well, yes, the lineage of my tribe is, it is rather important to me. I never thought, I would be the last one. So hopefully there are more still.
I don't think you're the last one. Or at least not the last vestige of your culture.
Well, yes, there are many other tribes up in the north, but we are the noble tribe of Ice Bear.
Ice bear.
Yeah, the
Ice
uh,
bear.
the Ice Bear. You know, the white bear, the fluff, and she like gestures towards some of her furs and the bear claws.
Gotcha.
Uh, we have some rather unique, how you say, culture.
Unique.
Yes, it's all very bear
Bear.
oriented.
Gotcha. I mean, my culture is very dragon and fire and oriented, so
Hmm. Dragon and fire and girl.
yeah.
It's good. What is your home like? What sends you out on your adventures?
Um,
I'd like to point out
Helga.
that Soot is doing that thing where, you know, when you like sit at a restaurant and there's like the really cushy, squeaky chairs and you just like bounce up and down on them. He's doing that like with his little mug of cider that Kavacha got him.
Cute. I thought you were about to say that he was like imitating that.
Nope, he's just bouncing on his chair, just like listening,
Boing.
just like, ooh, learning about these people. This is clearly what he wanted. He wanted to learn a little bit more about you all.
What a nerd. What a nerd.
I mean, you did almost get him killed, so.
There's a lot that I can't say. There's a lot that other people's lives than mine are dependent on me not saying. Let's just say that I'm a diplomat from this land,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very important that I find the star because we don't have a lot of options left. And civil war is very likely to be coming.
Oh.
And
Well, those kinds of things are best prevented before they happen. You know, lest you go the way of the Ice Bear tribe. Keeps pulling the dead family card.
yeah. So other than, the fact that my country's culture and identity is at stake, it's a great place.
Hmm.
We really like fire.
Fire is good and useful.
Pretty
Sometimes dangerous. She
Yeah.
Helga eyes you.
aware that it's a bit dangerous.
Helga chuckles a little at that.
That there's a lot of trick where I'm from about fire and people who are meant to carry the flame, and I always thought it was kind of bullshit.
Oh, carry the flame, like pass it the torch. That?
Sort of. Do I want to tell the entire creation myth of my country
Do you?
while I am
don't
drunk?
know. Do you?
While Carly is drunk, I'm not entirely
Would you
certain.
like me to paraphrase it or actually no, I kind of want you do your best to paraphrase it as Katrina would tell it drunk.
Amazing.
All right, so like a really long time ago, there was this chick,
This chick.
And her and a
The
bunch of
baby
people.
chicken?
Pardon?
The baby chicken?
No, not baby chicken. Like woman. There was this woman, this
Okay.
warrior woman, and she and a bunch of other people fled the mainland in order to find a place that they could have as their own. Fuck, shit, balls, and tits. I'm at Minecart Carnage. I fucking hate this level.
Keep it together.
and
Keep it together.
they came across this land, and it seemed absolutely perfect. There was beaches that were full of lots of fish and stuff to eat, and the island itself was verdant, and there were mines, and it seemed like an ideal place. And how come no one has been here before? Turns out that someone had been there before. The Primitere had been there for a while, and they were a little bit pissed that, these white people showed up and started stealing all the resources and generally being kind of fucking just oblivious of everything. And so they started to fight. And then after they had been fighting a while, the warrior and her people were like, well, fuck this. Let's get away from the beaches and let's go up into these beautiful mountains. And they go up into the mountains. And everyone else is like, we need to go back. We need to just return back to the mainland. And the warrior is like, no. There's got to be something better than this. And they find this place. They find a clearing. And it's got a waterfall. And it's this just really large area, perfect for making a settlement. And they started to make their lives there for about a fortnight. And then they found out why the Primitere stayed away from this place.
Dun, dun, dun.
There were dragons everywhere in the mountains. That was their place. And slowly, all of the people started to get picked off. And again, the people panicked. And they wanted to go back. And they wanted to give up. And the warrior said, no, there has to be something else. So she left the settlement where everyone else was hiding, and she decided to climb the mountain. And as she climbed, a storm hit, and many times she almost fell, many times she was almost blown away, but she continued to persevere until she found a cave. And when she found the cave, she immediately fell asleep. The next morning, she woke up, and there was giant fucking dragon, a gold dragon, just staring at her. And she looked at it, and she put her sword down, and she just waited. Why would you throw your sword? The dragon asked, and she said, well, if you were going to eat me, you would have eaten me in the night. So I'm not going to offend you by just waving my pointy stick at you when you could easily eat me at any moment. So either you want me alive because you want me to fight back because it'll be entertaining, in which case I'm not here to entertain you, or you want something else from me, in which case I'm not going to offend you by drawing my weapon. And the dragon laughed and called her a cocky bitch. And then said that he had been watching her people and was very amused by them, amused by their little fights with the Primitere, and amused by their ways, and wanted to keep the amusement around. So he made a deal with her that he would protect the clearing, which was his place. He would protect the clearing and let them stay there for as long as they wanted, but under a few conditions. They needed to make nice with the Primitere because they were there first. They needed to only stay on their side of the mountain, Otherwise, the other dragons would pick them off. And he needed to be able to have a friend and companionship. And so the warrior agreed. And then he just fucking fireballed the shit out of her. But rather than lighting up, the fire turned gold and started to swirl around her. And the warrior's brown hair turned red. And Kat kind of like plays with her own like brownish reddish hair. And
Is it you?
no, it wasn't me, Helga. This was like hundreds of years ago.
Oh, that's right.
There are no
And-
dragons anymore.
And there aren't any dragons anymore.
Well, the Oran was telling me the other day he was so many years old. So I don't know how old people are allowed to be.
I'm 20. I'll be turning 21 in about a fortnight.
Oh, almost happy birthday.
Thanks. So the fire swirled around the warrior, and then suddenly she was okay, and her hair was red, and she had these abilities. And they say that with that dragon's fire, all of the peoples of Kinesia were gifted with magic, and that was when magic first came to the land.
Oh.
And so when I say that people are carrying on the flame, I mean the flame of the golden dragon that forged us, that allowed us to stay there.
Oh, shit! It all connects.
There's a lot of talk about certain individuals having dragon's blood.
Do you have a dragon's blood?
I highly doubt it. I still think that it's just a bit a fiction. But there might be more there than I thought originally.
You made friends with dragon.
I did make friends with the golden dragon, and the irony of our golden dragon born, and the irony of that has not been lost on me. Who knows? We might be kin.
Oh. Well, he fucked off to nowhere, so...
Yeah, he's fucked off, so... Some cousin he was.
Fucked off?
If I had living cousin, I would cherish them forever.
And Kat just laughs. Anyway, so you've told us a little bit about Faina. If we're all sharing our guts, what's your story?
Soot thinks for a very long time,
Okay, I think
trying
Soot
to
gave
put...
Helga, like, in one episode, Soot gave Helga like a private sermon about Tina.
Yeah, Soot kind of thinks for a moment, and Soot then begins to speak in a very an older man's voice, kind of Liam Neeson-ish. But like Liam Neeson from Love Actually. Not Liam Neeson from Taken.
Soft Liam Neeson.
Soft Liam Neeson.
The best Liam Neeson.
And he says,
wait, Liam Neeson from Love Actually, or like Ponyo Liam Neeson?
now listen, Soot.
Remember, respect your father.
Respect your father! Listen, Soot, respect your father!
So tell the father?
Listen, Soot, remember these tenets of Ash. You must be her light unto others. You must protect with her light all those who have accepted her as the savior and show her light to those who have not. Remember, Soot, everyone is worthy of her light and redemption. They need only ask.
Oh.
And that's your job. For those who must walk the path of darkness must be continually bathed in her light and shown the proper path if they are to be redeemed.
Sunlight baths. Tits.
Fena!
Oh,
Fena.
Fena.
Fena will come to save us all.
Oh, that's a nice thought.
That's very fucking tits, man.
It was very fucking tits.
Sorry.
Fucking tits!
Then Kat has been like stacking up her loaded dice on the counter, and she just knocks them over, and that's why she yells. No, Carly is playing Minecart Carnage and started with 15 lives and is now at 6.
You can do it, Curly.
I've had almost an entire bottle of wine by myself.
It sounds ideal.
I had a really bad day at work.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Soot also kind of waves his hands and then makes that same falling star motion and says and says in an older woman's voice, "The star, her light, a sign."
Oh.
So, have you heard that apparently the star can grant wishes, or are you just chasing it because you think it's from Fena?
Soot thinks for a moment, seems to be like almost in his head going through a catalog, and speaks again in that older man's voice. The matron believes that fallen light is a sign, so you must go retrieve it. It may be the salvation we're looking for.
So there was some old fucker who said that the star could grant wishes. You're just following it because you think that it might be from your god, yes?
Soot shakes his head like vigorously and kind of like bounces up and down again, like thinking really, really hard, just going through like anything he could have heard in his past to like help him explain what he's trying to do. And he eventually settles on the normal voice that you normally hear him speak in, that very very high young woman's voice, and it's basically maybe it's a sign that Fena's coming. Fena's coming. Fena will come again to save us all.
I see. So do you think it's the end times then?
Soot kind of thinks for a moment, and then kind of shrugs.
That's fair.
And then thinks again for a moment and shakes his head. Fena will come again to save us all.
Save us from what then? Ourselves?
From the conflagration.
Conflagration.
The big fire. Duh.
Soot shrugs again.
Alexa, what does conflagration mean?
Conflagration is usually defined as a destructive fire, usually an extensive one.
See?
Tits. And Kat, like, who is very deep into her rug of veil at this point, goes, that me.
Soot actually looks terrified of you and scoots like 6 feet away from you.
I'm kidding.
Soot is like grabbed onto Helga's arm now.
Oh, it's okay. She just has some fire powers.
That are
one though. She
increasingly are increasingly relevant, apparently.
Soot just points his arm aggressively at Katrina and says, "The conflagration will be cleansed in her holy light. and then like he like pokes you a little bit, Katrina, with his finger, and like your shoulder, like just your shoulder, one of the fixing metal bits that fixes your little mini cape to your back on your shoulder. He just like pokes it, and then it lights up like a beacon.
Ah! And she like yells and like falls off of her bar stool and starts writhing on the floor.
Oh,
And
that's not good.
Soot
And then
absolutely loses his fucking shit.
and then she just like jumps up and grabs Soot's foot and like pulls him down and starts tickling him.
Soot like is genuinely terrified right now.
Soot, I'm joking. I'm not the conflagration. I'm just some rich asshole with some fire powers, okay?
Helga opens her arms, just like, come here, it's okay.
Soot looks you up and down, Katrina. Just like sees, your shoulder still glowing. You have like this side lighting. He kind of just looks into your eyes for a moment, like just examines the rest of you, and something about it kind of satisfies him. He like nods and dispels the light, and then goes and hugs Helga.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
My poor little
My brother and I used to play jokes on each other like that.
You have a brother?
I did.
Oh, yes.
Soot goes and hugs you.
More death.
Oh, thanks. It's okay.
I also had brothers and sisters and nibblings.
Middlings?
Nibblings.
Nibblings?
Nibblings, you know, that when you're not a brother or a sister, but you're still sharing the parent.
Right. Gotcha. And she clearly, like, has never heard of this before, but is entirely wholeheartedly agreeing with it.
You know, brother and sister and nibbling.
Yes, exactly. Brother, sister, nibbling. Mm-hmm. Totally something that every culture has. And should have. I agree that they should have.
Helga's like just kind of chuckling at her. Yes.
So you had a large family then?
Yes, I was one of 8.
8?
Mm-hmm. Well, then again, we did have 4 parents, so it was
I see.
kind of a blended family.
Soot looks thoroughly scandalized.
What?
Poor little religious child.
Thor!
Da 4.
Was it a mom and a dad and a mom and a dad, or was it a mom and a mom and a mom and a dad, or a dad and a dad and a dad and a mom?
Shut up, Troy!
It's Troy.
Our friend Troy is over. I am playing Donkey Kong on his Retron.
And
he made a good joke.
I just quietly hear moment, a moment, a moment, a moment, a moment, a moment.
He was doing William Tell.
Sometimes I would like to imagine that like some of our laughing outbursts are canon, and yet we're usually laughing at stuff that would make no sense in world.
Hey, don't worry, guys. I blew through all 15 of those lives.
Nice.
And then I lost. Wait, it doesn't save me there? I gotta start from the start?
You gotta go to a save point.
Oh, I didn't go to a save point.
So
Womp womp.
Okay, well, I gotta go pee real fast.
Okay,
Just-
we don't really have we're not really having a break today because we're only going to be going for a little bit. We're about halfway through right about now.
I think I accidentally rolled something.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Oh, I was letting everyone know that I have armor proficiency in any armor.
Oh, nice.
Good to know. Thanks,
I'm a
fighter.
son of a bitch. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
Helga has 4 parents.
Anyway,
My Helga has 4 parents. 4 parents.
so
have
Katrina goes to go pee, and you and Soot are kind of left alone for a moment.
4 parents. How many parents you have, Soot?
Soot kind of thinks for a moment, and then just quietly says, "Brother Ichabod."
You have brother?
No.
Brother who raised you?
Da.
Gotcha.
And yes, that nervous sound was definitely just one of Oran's many noises.
Oh, I just need a cut together of like all the times you go.
As Oran.
Yeah.
He really does do that a lot.
He's an anxious boy.
He is. He's a very anxious boy. So clearly very desperate to change the subject. Kind of indicates the star again with his hands, and then points at you.
Me? I was heading that way anyways. Caught the ride with Oren and Gerv, got hired by them, and now they are how you say it, now my pretty much my best friends in the world.
Oh. Katrina comes back from the bathroom, and just as Soot kind of repeats snippets of your conversation from earlier this evening, basically like requesting like, "Oh, how well do you know them?"
Know who? Oh, well, they told me some pretty personal information. And wait, was Kat there for that, or was that when Snick?
I'm back. What's up?
Katrina returns from the bathroom.
Yeah, was Katrina there for when they told tragic backstory?
I was present for the tragic backstory. I am officially a level 3 friend.
Yes, same. When you share that kind of thing with someone, it's really like feels like you really know them, you know? When you know, you know. You know?
No.
Did you have any friends at your home?
Soot kind of smiles in his bird-like way, because birds can totally smile. Soot seems to get like really happy and wistful, and then
He smiles.
kind of sad.
Oh.
And he kind of falls quiet for a bit.
Oh.
He doesn't seem to want to talk about it.
I mean, if you ever do need to talk about it, just remember, all my friends are dead.
That's really sad, Helga.
I mean, I'm just saying, I can relate to the tragedy if that is what is going on in the lives of
I mean, if it makes you feel better, my mother's dead and my brother's dead, and several other siblings are dead, but really before they were living, and she's starting to hiccup and everything.
Oh.
With a thwomp, Soot falls over sideways, asleep onto Helga's lap.
Oh, little guy.
Baby.
He's still covered in bruises and dust and soot and what looks like other people's blood.
He's always covered in soot, I thought.
Yes. He looks very haggard.
Oh, poor bird.
Cat reaches over to where Helga's feet are resting in the now lukewarm water.
I was about to be like,
And just
got a handkerchief and starts wiping little baby down.
yeah, she uses firebolt and just warms it up.
Roll damage.
A little, no, just a little bit.
Roll damage.
Totally roll firebolt. She just like starts it.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Or anything. So I'll roll damage if you need me to roll damage.
I kind of want you to, because you're drunk.
Okay, fine.
Hot.
Are my violent hiccups audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Rolling damage.
Is that to hit or is that damage?
That's to hit. I assume you put your hand in the water.
Okay, here's my damage. I clicked it.
I don't know, but if she's like sticking her hand in the water and starting to put fire in the water,
You have to cast it at a certain level. Just hit enter.
Oh. Okay. Ding.
Take her
Submit.
feet out as quickly as possible.
As a cantrip. That would be 14.
Trying to fucking kill me.
Okay, the water gets very hot again. The sudden change is a little painful, but it's not too hot. I was honestly, if you rolled like max damage, I was gonna have you set the whole fucking bucket on fire, but a little bit of the water evaporates.
So it's 2d10 plus.
Nope, not
2d10.
plus anything. It's just 2d10.
Yeah, it's 2d10, so it's a 9 and a 5.
Yep. Yeah, Firebolt's kind of a powerful spell. You said you cast Firebolt. If you just said if I prepare Firebolt or try to heat up the water. No, you didn't.
No, I said cast Firebolt.
Yep.
And that's how you.
There's an audible. That almost bursts everyone's eardrums in the room. So shoots awake.
Sorry, buddy. I was just warming the water back up.
Falls back asleep.
Oh.
Gavaccio just comes running into the room from the back of the kitchen. Is everything all right?
Yeah, Cat's just warming the water with her magic fire powers.
Okay. I thought I heard a commotion.
Yeah, that commotion was the.
That was the result of a lot of dumb bitch juice.
She drank a lot of dumb bitch juice.
Okay. I think you may have had enough, sweetheart.
Duh.
And she kind of just pushes the cup away.
Helga takes it and drinks it for her.
Cavaccio just starts kind of cleaning up for the rest of you.
Do I need to roll a constitution check?
No, you're drunk.
Okay, that's fair.
Roll Constitution, Carly.
Do you want to? Does Katrina want to test how drunk she is?
Yeah, let's test this shit.
All right. What do you do to test it?
Walking.
I was gonna I'm gonna pop up from my chair. And try, and I'm looking at the wooden planks of the floor, and I'm trying to walk in a straight line.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw. This is a concentration check with disadvantage. No, it's not a saving throw. Just a Constitution check. With disadvantage.
Okay.
1
second.
How many drinks would you say Katrina has had?
Let's say Katrina has had the same amount as Carly, so 3 drinks.
Okay.
Except she's having ale, and Carly's a lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm not an alcoholic. I have had 3 very small glasses of white wine. I'm just gluten-free and everything, so I don't drink very frequently. That would be a 6.
All right, Katrina, you get up and you take one step, and then you take another step 3 feet to the left,
That's
and then
fair.
you fall over.
Listen, I only used to ever drink at parties or the occasional beer with Tristan. Like, seriously, like, I'm not used to this stuff. As much of a bad bitch as I might be.
You're a pretty bad bitch. But you cannot
Thank you.
handle your alcohol. And Helga just like swigs down the rest of the wine. Or what is it? The ale?
It's
Ale.
ale. Yeah, you don't feel anything.
Good. Good stuff.
Yeah, the shit they cook in Frostburn is way tougher than this. But this stuff tastes good, which is nice.
Does not taste like paint remover.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever that is.
What's paint?
What's paint? What's paint remover?
Paint exists, guys.
But would Helga have used paint?
Helga would have used natural paints and
True.
dyes.
But then paint remover would just be water.
The joke is still there. Somewhere.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
All right, Katrina, as you actually, yeah, so as Katrina falls over, her cloak, which was still kind of dark blue, but slowly fading back to the autumn colors, immediately turns the deep brown of the wood on the floor.
Oh.
Oh, this is cool. I like this.
You have a color changing cloak.
I think it might actually be camouflage.
Camouflage. Even better.
Like, the pattern is still there, and it's still obviously a cloak, but it's changing the color to kind of match your perceived background.
Yeah, so if someone wasn't paying a lot of attention.
You could... It basically, when you wear this...
It's like it would give me advantage on stealth checks or something.
You seem to have the advantage when you're trying to be stealthy, yes.
I'm sorry.
Possibly?
I'm sorry that I fucked up your DM explanation of how the thing works.
I'll kill you later, it's okay. I'll just add an extra hit die to your next monster.
That's fair.
Is there anything else you two wish to do for this evening?
I wish to retire and sleep for many, many ages.
You look to your left and you see that Kavacha has left out a couple of deflated pillows and some kind of old woolen blankets.
That's 5 stars to Helga. Immediately crashes. Much like me, Kit, in real life right now.
Cat stays up a little bit longer, and she drafts a letter to Maida and to Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
And then she also writes one to her father.
Okay.
And it doesn't say as much like detail as it does to in the first two. Just hi Papa, I'm having fun. I'm being safe. I'll see you soon.
All right. And you slowly come to rest for the evening. Helga, your dreams are fitful at best and very, very frightening at
Unbearable at
worst.
I
Unbearable
swam
at
right
worst.
into that motherfucker.
You your dreams are very disjointed. You'll be speaking to someone with like 4 heads and it'll be totally normal, and then you'll like turn to your left and there's a burning village. Or you're walking through a forest and then you look down and you're standing on a blood-soaked snowy hill. And you wake up not feeling any less tired than you did when you fell asleep, but you still gain the benefits of a full night's rest.
Way.
Katrina,
Oh no, you said my name in that way. In the oh bitch, something's about to go down way.
Katrina, you wake up and you're standing in a dark room. The tiniest bit of light just barely glinting from somewhere behind you off of a metal structure about like waist height, 3 feet in front of you. And the odd thing is you can't turn your head to look.
Can I move at all?
You can move your eyes.
That's not moving at all.
Your body just doesn't seem to... It's not that your body seems to be restrained or held in place. It's not responding. And it takes you a couple of moments to realize that you're still dreaming.
Gotcha. So
This
I'm
feels
dreaming.
very, very real. Everything around you is very dark, but sharp. You try to glance down past the bridge of your nose, and you do see that there is a stone, almost marble floor that you're standing on. Again, with that tiniest bit of light glinting from behind you off of it. And you try to focus in the dark, but it is pitch black beyond just a few feet away from you.
Okay.
Do you do anything?
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
You focus with all of the energy within your body, and you slowly see a hand move up from where your body would normally be. And you can only see the outline. You can't even see if it's your hand. You just know that a hand of this body that feels very disconnected reaches up, shaking.
I can't see like my signet ring or anything on it.
No?
No indicator.
Can't see anything. No indicator. You raise up your hand, and there's a slight spark. And as your hand drops, fire shoots out at that metal structure, which turns out to be a brazier that you have just set alight.
Yeah, boy.
And it lights up this room. This very circular, very bare room made of black marble with white striations through it. And the light, the red light of this fire kind of glints off of that. But that's not what truly catches your eye, because standing before you behind the brazier, lit from almost underneath, is a statue of almost looks like cooled magma, gray and cracked in places, but only the tiniest little cracks in places. This statue has 4 clawed feet and a very long regal neck, holding high a very familiar draconic head, from which 2 fin-like spines come back down the neck, ending at about where the shoulder blades are, from which 2 wings that stretch from the wing appendages all the way back down the tail. And this statue of a golden dragon, made in solid magma rock. It's not even looking at you. Its head is facing towards the east. And all you can hear is the crackling of the brazier before you. And the quiet of the room.
East, you said?
Yes.
Noted. Hey! Can you see me? Help me!
Ah,
Your voice echoes, very small and faint in this room. But it doesn't echo as much as you think it would in such a quiet, marbled room. It seems to be absorbed. And for just the barest moment, you think you see this statue twitch ever so slightly. And then you wake up.
Damn it, I was gonna insult it.
You all find yourselves awake, relatively stiff from sleeping on the floor or on benches, but fully rested. I will mark Soot as fully rested.
So, full hit points and all that jazz?
Full hit points, you regain half of your spent hit dice. If you spent any.
yay.
Okay, so you would gain up to half of your total hit dice. So if you have 5 hit dice, you would regain 2 hit dice. Basically.
Mhm.
If you'd spent any more than 2, you would have regained only 2.
2.
You wake, it is none of you really slept too well. You slept just enough. It is I'd say you fell asleep around 3 in the morning. It's about like 9 or 10.
Shit, this is not first dawn. We need to go meet Theodric.
Ah. Well, rushes to get ready.
Soot Soot is already awake actually as you two rise, and has already shoved his hands in the ashes of the kind of communal hearth and kind of slaps some soot on himself.
What? Why didn't you wake us up?
He seems to and he points at and he kind of just points frantically, kind of waves you off, and Helga, you do feel the space next to you. It's still warm. He seems to have just woken up as well.
All right, you get a pass this time.
Having so much fun.
So you all hurry, get dressed, kind of slap yourselves together, and Kvatya actually comes out with a small, a couple of bowls of what looks like rice with just some breakfast rice. It's basically grits. It's pretty much grits.
Are we being served congee?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there bacon?
Yes.
I shove it in my pocket.
Okay. And you all rush out of the building, down the streets, which are admittedly busy, and for the morning. And as you all rush with speed and haste towards the massive gates leading into the city proper of Dagdaral, we're going to end the session there.
Ah, I see. Hear anyone?
So, thank you all so much for watching and listening, whether you're here live or seeing this on YouTube or your favorite podcast app.
Or if you're listening to it happening at Mike and Carly's place.
Or that as well. Should throw some love at Tip, who sadly could not be here for this session, but hopefully we will have
Keep
a full
traveling.
party next game. Please, if you're listening to this on iTunes, please be sure to leave us a review because it super duper helps us out, gets us kind of out there. More people will listen to us. And if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment about your favorite part and your predictions for the next episode, which will be live on twitch.tv/dicey decision. There is no S because that one was taken, sadly. The next episode of which is going to be on Friday the 27th, Friday the 27th, in 2 weeks, with the VOD and podcast on YouTube and wherever podcasts can be found, respectively, posted the following Friday. So if you're listening to this at a later date, we might be live this coming Friday, so please double check your calendar. Once again, that Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Dicey decision, as in a single bad decision, like allowing me to speak this long. Thank you all so much for being here. Please be safe. Share some love, and tell a story. Good night, everyone.
Yay. Yay.
Bye.
I'm dead. Bye.